All right, what is up, everybody? You know me. My name is Dean. We've got three men in this podcast today. We've got Tigard, me, and of course, who else? Deej.
Hey, my name is DJ Matty Patty, but you could call me Deej for short. Thank you.
DJ Matty Patty. Okay,
That's right.
all
That's right.
right. So, tonight's episode is going to be a little bit more of the serious type. Okay, so we're not going to be joking around too much. It's just going to be us talking about because June is men's mental health awareness month, and we are all men here. Me, Tigard, and
Questionable.
Deej.
I'm
But is it questionable? Is it
questionable.
questionable?
Yeah.
I just said we're not going to be joking around.
Oh, okay.
What?
Okay. I'm sorry.
We gotta keep it light, though. We gotta keep it light.
Yeah, keep
Yeah,
it
I
light,
mean,
light,
dude,
light jokes, light
stop
jokes.
putting out my light bulb, bruh. Just kidding.
Ding. All right. Anyway, so yeah, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. This month, June, and of course, this whole month, Father's Day is coming up pretty soon and stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to talk seriously about that. I just saw a post about it the other day, and I was like, how many men out there are, you know, suffering from some kind of mental disorder, mental illness, and don't have anybody to talk with, and we've got us bros here that we talk to, safely, and we can talk about anything with any of us. So, anybody wants to start?
Yeah. No. I mean, June is a very important month, and there's other things that men have to focus on not only just the mental, but the physical. Make sure that you're taking good care of yourself physically, as well as making sure that you're staying on top of your priorities and stuff like that. And other than that, though, mental health is a very, 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 very important topic that we're going to be bringing up during the podcast. And so I just want to say straight off that for me personally, I do seek mental health, and it has helped me put a lot of things into perspective. And there was many times where I was feeling like my pride was saying, "No, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it," and I just got to do what I just kept doing, and I'll be fine. I just got to keep doing what I'm doing and just keep fine. But when I had that pride and when I had that kind of thought process, I was falling deeper and deeper into some trouble and all that. So it took a lot for me to stand back and really evaluate myself and ask myself seriously. Like how people say when you look at yourself in the mirror, it means self-reflection or anything like that. It doesn't mean look at yourself literally in the mirror. Just stand back and say, okay, bro, if everything is really going good, if things are really going great, then why are you scared of this, that, and what have you? And why are you neglecting this, that, and what have you? And why are you doing this? And and so before I realized that I was bogging myself down with all of the negatives, I just one said a little prayer to my to God and Jesus and stuff, and just to give me the strength to figure this out. And so the one thing after my prayer that I realized was that I actually knew what was going on. Like I knew that I was putting way too much pressure on myself. I knew that financially there were some things that I needed to get done, and I knew that there was some things that I wanted to do, but I had to be patient in doing it, and I was being very impatient. So I think the one thing that came to me really fast, and that's why you could say that it's retrospection, or you could say that I figured it out quickly, but I mean literally I just prayed and put it in God's hands and realized that I need your help, and I love you and I need you, and I'm trying to love myself down here, but it's kind of a struggle. and all that. So I feel that the I felt that at the moment when I figured out that I was pinpointing every problem that I had, I started to forgive myself for saying that these are problems, and instead, I realized that okay, I need to talk to a mental health specialist because I'm doing some things that I usually wouldn't be doing, or I'm starting to get too prideful and not choose to seek help and whatnot. So after seeking mental help and all that, I started to forgive myself, and the negatives that I saw that were negatives were just things that I figured out that hey, why don't I, instead of making it a negative that's killing me, why don't I make it something that is like a bucket list? Like, for instance, me and Deans, we go and we have a plan when we go to collectible conventions. We do this, we have, oh, I'm gonna look for this, I'm gonna look for that, I'm gonna look for that. So this is exactly how I went about doing it in a fun way. I was like, okay, this is happening, but and then I was upset at the moves that I made for myself. And guys, let me tell you, I'm proud of the moves that I made for myself. If I didn't believe in myself, I wouldn't have done what I did. And yes, it's just like buying a new car. Yeah, you're gonna be paying off for a year or two, and yeah, you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that. But I had to understand that I put bless you. I put a lot
Sorry.
of stock in myself, and no, you're fine. I put a lot of stock in myself, and instead of and then I started to be unfair to myself. So anyway, I just wanted to say from my point of view that it is very, very easy to get caught up in your thoughts. It is very scary to know that if one bad place and one bad thought and one bad time is going to put you in a really tough rut. And I'm just going to say this, everyone. Uh, gosh damn, thank you for Tigard. Because if it wasn't Tigard, telling me, asking me, "Hey, how you doing?" Once every once in a while, I wouldn't be saying anything to anyone. Dean's and I, we would hang out once every so often, but at the same time, he's doing amazing things in his life, and so I know that in his heart, if he had time, he would, and he does do what Tiger does. But you have to, if you love someone, and if you feel the value of their existence in your life, you got to put some effort in it, and something so small as "and hey, bro, how you doing?" Can open up a whole lot. And I know that, and I'm not gonna speak about anybody here other than myself, but I just want to thank Deans and Tigard for just reaching out to me, not randomly, but at the right time, uh, to just check in on me, because 9 times out of 10 when they did, I just let them know that, hey man, no, I'm not doing too good, but I just want you to pray for me, and I want you to know that I feel your support, and just know that I'm not gonna let your support down. I'm seeking my help, and I'll figure it out on my own. So anyways, that's me on men's month. I really do hope that each one of you out there, if you have a friend, and dude, you don't have to worry about being macho or being manly, because it's enough. It's enough to check in on people. It is enough. It's not manly. It's not unmanly. It's enough to talk about your feelings. It is enough to check in on people, and it is enough. You are enough. And I think that, we, some of us just feel that we're not being tough enough. You are being tough enough. So just wanted to say that to everybody out there.
Well, thank you, Deesh. That
Yeah.
was heartfelt. Oh, Tigard, did you have something? No.
No, you go ahead, Dean.
Okay. Well, no, I just wanted to throw some statistics out for men's mental health out there. So, I mean, I found this on a post that I was that came up on my Instagram, and it says 40% 40% of men have never spoken to anyone about their mental health. So that's nearly half of us. What? Why do you guys think that is? Is it because of the pride? Is it because I feel like I'm a man? I don't need anybody's help. I can take care of this. Is that what you guys would think
Yeah,
of? Hmm.
yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. I mean, that's a alarming statistic to me that that nearly half don't speak about it, and you know
Yeah.
I do want to first say it really is up to each and every individual man and person, for the overall, um, for everyone included. But um, to say whether or not what they're dealing with, and who to talk to about it. But at the same time, you know the biggest thing that we have to help us is really community, and just like what Deja was talking about, having that support is paramount a lot of times. And it's not necessarily when you need it that you go and reach out to people. It's when you have people that come to you and just check in on you, and that's what really tends to help get through difficult times,
Hmm.
situations that you're experiencing. um, for me, I was really blessed to you know be born to a father that really just was able to show me what I believe, true definition of a man is, and that, is supporting his family, supporting his friends, being there for those, even if, um, he might not know them. It's always about just being there and being supportive. And I take that with me, wherever I go.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Shout outs to Tiger's father there. Yeah, I've met the guy, and he's an awesome dad. And
Dude, Papa Tygard, he's
Papa
a great one.
Tiger, yes, sir.
Yeah, Papa. I know, and Papa Dean's too, man. Your
Correct.
papas, both
So
your papas are good.
Hmm.
Just real quick on that statistic, I think that
Yeah.
I that statistic hit home because I've seen it in my family, and it's more of for my family. It was more along the lines of um, what how we were raised and stuff, and so we culturally, Hawaiians had to literally be strong, not and be the foundation to a family. Now, it's no knock on the women or the significant others of the relationship, but in when I was being raised, we were raised with the Hawaiian spirit, the Hawaiian pride, the like we are built to be warriors, and we were built to love, protect, and honor our family by any means necessary, and to show any break or any kink or any crack is a sign of weakness or whatnot. And unfortunately, I do believe that there is some truth to that, and I call it composure and all that. I think that composure in tough times is a sign of a strong person, whether it is a uh, whatever side you're playing. But culturally, we were raised to be strong, with warrior hearts, warrior spirits, and to be um, to be the protector and the provider and the guider of the family. So most of my uncles never even once spoke about even going to a mental health specialist. So
Mm.
maybe, yeah, I want to say, like, have jokingly that I think they only interviewed my family because that's basically the kind of that's the kind of percentage I would expect from my family because I've witnessed it. And so it could, I mean, we could say we can assume why the number is so high, but just saying from my personal standpoint, I believe it. Most
Hmm.
of my uncles and most of my cousins don't even speak about their mental health.
Yeah.
They just keep to themselves and find good things to do. I mean, sometimes they got hobbies like surfing, music, and other sports, and all that stuff. So maybe they have other things that they could preoccupy their mind to, and try to find that later in life. But other than that, yeah, it does alarm me that happens. But gentlemen, I'm just gonna say this, man. We're bucking the trend here,
Hmm.
and we're letting everyone know that seeking help ain't. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong. It just means that you care. You care about what's wrong, and you don't want to keep doing what you feel is wrong. So, riding the ship is okay.
Hmm. No, I think it's because well, I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you, Deej. It's just that when I think the mentality of the past of men is that they figure shit out. We can figure shit out, right? And by ourselves. And we don't need anybody else there. We don't need to talk about our personal business to anybody else. We need to figure it out on our own. And if we don't figure it out on our own, we are seen as weak, pathetic men. But things have changed. Men's mental health. It's I just when I picture that, I always picture Robin Williams. He is a funny guy, humorous fellow. He's a he's an inspiration to a lot of people. He's done a lot of things with his life, and but the thing is, at the end of the day, he has a darkness inside of him, and that nobody knew about, and he didn't let anybody know. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he let anybody know. I don't think his family knew that he was gonna, commit. And it's sad. It was a sad day, especially for his fans, for his family, obviously, and yeah. Um, there's also another statistic here that I want to tell you about. Um, 1 in 10 men experience depression or anxiety. Less than half receive treatment for it. But oh man, less than half. So why why do you think? Well, I mean, I know why, because having treatment for this for a depression or anxiety, th- I don't know. I think men just don't feel as if they need it, right? They can figure it out on their own. I don't know. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? 1 in 10 men experience that. So
I would, to be honest, I thought it would be a little bit more
a little bit
shorter than
more.
that.
Uh,
No, I
oh,
thought it would be a little bit more shorter, like 1 out of 6 men,
uh,
or 1 out of 5 men
yeah.
experience depression,
Hmm.
because depending on the lifestyle that you live, like I don't know if you or anyone out there is going to agree with me, but
Hmm.
the American way of living is fast paced and freaking insane.
Yeah.
And it's fast paced. We are open to a lot of different avenues of entertainment, of careers, and there's just a lot of things thrown at us constantly throughout the day, and everything about our lives is a struggle. A traffic, traveling back and forth from work is a struggle.
Hmm.
Trying to get food at your lunchtime is a struggle. Trying to get back on so wherever you're at, whether it's class or work or whatever, uh, you have to rush. It's a constant rush and I've only known this growing up in since I moved to San Francisco when I was 18. That's all I've known is just hustle, 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 grind, 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 and it was not none of this bothered me. I got used to it, but at the end of the day, you know, it's like, we have the time to deal with this?
Mhm.
Do we have the opportunity to really take, now, in my personal opinion, one appointment a week, not enough. I feel that's not enough. I feel that there should be yeah, at least a one or two Zoom check-ins a week before the appointment.
Mhm.
I think that will value the work that you're doing. Hey, we discussed this last time we talked. How's it been going? Have you been trying it? And has this been helping out and whatnot? I think that mental health is a very specific thing that needs to be organized. It needs to be organized, because if it's not organized in the right way, you're just going to bounce from one therapist to another seeking the right balance, and you're not going to find it. So I think that with that statistic that you're saying, the reason why the reason why it's shocking, first of all, I don't think it's shocking the shocking thing about it is 1 through 10. The 1 through 10 guys. I think it's shorter than that. There's got
Mhm.
to be like 1 out of every 5 guys experience depression,
Mhm.
and half of that, 1 out of 3, or 1 out of 3 men seek assistance with their mental.
Ha-
That sounds more correct, because 1 out of 10 men, no, I don't think that's true. Because I mean, look at us. How many? And I'm not going to speak about who or what now, but
Mhm.
how many times have we gone through some stuff, and
Yeah.
we were going through the same thing, all 3 of us at the same time. We were going through something altogether different, but still, we were going through some things all together. That was 3 for 3 right there
Mhm.
and
How
stuff. So, mhm.
how would you as Deej, how would you as Deej describe a person with depression? Is it just like just not feeling up for anything, just trying to stay in bed, you don't want to do anything, just feeling down all day? Is that what do you think? What is the definition of depression?
It's
Because to me, go ahead.
no, no. Go ahead. To you.
I mean, to me personally, I have never, thank God, I have never felt depression like other people have. I've always wanted to, um, even though sometimes, okay, sometimes you just don't want to get up and out of bed. Sometimes you just don't want to do anything, but that's pretty normal. But you just got to keep telling yourself you got to get up, you got to get some fresh air, go outside, get some sunlight, get some exercise. I mean, I've never felt anxious in my life. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel as if I've never had any anxiety or depression, but to other people, it's, I guess, different. How they deal with it and how they describe it. So I just want to know what your take is on what depression and anxiety is. So.
All right. So, Tiger, I'm going to ask you this. You've seen me at my worst times, and you've seen me at the worst times, and you don't have to use me an example or not, but in your lifetime that you've lived on this planet, what did depression look like to you? Like, did it look like anything? Was it a feeling? Was it a witness? What was it to you?
So, I mean, this is, multifaceted, and, you know, there isn't one correct answer, with what you're asking, Dean. Like,
Mm.
depression can look like different things for different people. And for me, um, I'll just share a little bit of my background, because that's what I feel comfortable talking
Mm.
about, and not, other people that I know of. But, there was a time where, I questioned therapy.
Mm.
I was in the mindset of, oh, I have my parents, I have my brother, I got, my loved ones, friends. I talk to them whenever, I want to, or when, they're always available.
Mm.
Um, and then in 2012, I experienced my first ever anxiety attack.
Hmm.
And the only way that I can describe it to you is I couldn't catch my breath. And at the moment, I thought that I was actually dying.
Wow.
Nothing that I've ever experienced before. And I had absolutely no idea, at least at the time, what triggered it, where it was coming from, why it was happening, why now, like, and that's the seriousness about mental health, is that even when you think, no, I'm fine, like, I'm just going to talk to this person or I'm going to do that.
Hmm.
And you still might not be fully aware of what's happening, in your subconscious and unconscious until something happens. And for me, it was having anxiety attacks. And I had to get that under control, because it was just to the point where it felt debilitating, that I couldn't function like myself, or like what I thought of as my normal self. And, I completely, changed my tune with the idea of therapy after going through that. I mean, there's times, still to this day where, you might be like, like, do I want to go to therapy, or, what do I talk about, and everything. But there's something cathartic with being able to speak to someone that is a third party, and just being able to basically unravel things or bring up, situations, experiences that happened, and to help try to figure out, where things are coming from, what may be triggers, what may be causing it. And, sometimes you don't feel like you can really be that open with your loved ones. Case in point, you might feel like you're going to worry them, or you're going to scare them to think that you're having, scary thoughts, when that's not even the point of it. You just want to, talk to someone. So, having a therapist, to me, is extremely important. And even, like, I won't go to the point where I'm going to tell people what they should and shouldn't do, but I highly, highly believe in therapy and recommend it for everyone, even if you think that you don't have depression or anxiety. We all have situations and experiences that we go through in life that it helps to talk it out, bring it out in the open, and to work through feelings. And having a therapist, having someone that can be there to be a support while you're, reliving things, especially if they are traumatic events, you have that support there with you.
Very nice. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Tiger.
Thank you.
I mean, again, so sorry that you had to go through that, but gosh damn, what a strong dude you are. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you sharing that. And not only that, but I hope that anyone out there can take your personal experience and say, hey, maybe I could pull through too, and whatnot. But to answer your question, Deans, I don't think that I have an actual answer on, oh, that person's depressed because this and that and all that stuff. I mean, I don't have, we have the textbook way of looking at it, and we have the Google definitions to do it. But I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what depression felt and looked like for me. I didn't want to do music. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to eat my favorite meal when I had the chance to eat my favorite meal. I felt that speaking to anyone was just going to make me look more stupider, even if that's a word. But I felt that things were closing in on me, but I didn't realize that I was the one that was closing things around me because of the way I was thinking. And so I kept going down the rabbit hole. And so whatever that looked like on the outside, I wouldn't know because I was in my own skin. And I could just tell you right now, I just was unmotivated to work out, to do music, to hang out with friends, to let my loved ones know what's going on. And I wasn't trying to save a or I was getting involved in some toxic relationships, So, you know, uh, I mean, honestly, I have to be very careful in saying, "Oh my God, is everything okay?" I'm not going to be doing that to every person that I see that's going through something. But what all that, again, the only thing that didn't make me continue again is when Tiger said, "Hey man, you good?" That was it. And that's when I realized that no, I'm not. And it's okay to admit it. It's okay to and that's strength right there. It's okay to admit it, but don't give into it. That's the other thing. And I mean, easier said than done, right? But I mean, I can't give advice, but I thank God I didn't give into my impulse of just letting myself fall deeper and deeper into the other or the nether world or whatever I was feeling. So yeah, so again, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it sounds like or what it feels like on the outside looking in, because all I really know is how it felt inside going out. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want to say that I'm thankful for you, Deej, and I'm thankful for you, Tigard, because when you're a kid, you have so many friends. You have a whole big group of friends that you play with, to talk to, just someone a lot of people, a lot of friends that you could just go to. And, when you're an adult, your circle gets a lot smaller. And that circle is you guys for me, because I didn't have anybody. I'm the only child. I have a lot of cousins, but as an only child, it's kind of lonely. You know, I had my dog back then, but I can't talk to my dog. Well, I mean, I can, but it's probably not gonna. It's gonna look weird.
Tata
But
was a good listener.
Chata was a great dog. Oh, I miss.
I think his answer to your questions were treat,
Yeah,
treat,
yeah,
walk.
yeah. Pretty much. You want to go
Yeah.
for a walk. I need to go pee. But yeah, but that's it. It's being an only child is very lonely, and I had Tigard there in high school to talk to. I had a lot more, like two or three other ones that I talked to back then, but it's mostly Tigard that I do. He's the brother from another mother, and
Yeah.
we went through a lot of shit together, even as an adult, as adults. So when I felt alone, that down and out, I can always talk to Tigard about personal things, and he would let me know his personal opinions. And that's the therapy I needed back then. Even though you say that, you guys are saying that therapy is a great thing for depression and anxiety, but honestly, to me, Tigard was my, personal therapy. And then after that, when I met Deej, that's another brother from another mother right there. That's why us three right here, that's the group. That's the three.
Yeah.
And
No.
I'm thankful.
Again. No. No. By the way, everybody, Tigard is married, so sorry. He's taken. Uh,
Yes,
and
he is
and
very taken.
Dean's is too dang wonderful, but he's available. But I'm just saying he's too
Okay.
wonderful there. No, I mean, so here's one thing that I want to throw at you guys. I don't know if you felt this right off the rip whenever you met me and stuff. I think that one thing people love about me was that I am very easily able to adapt to whatever conversation or whatever the person is in front of me. And it's because I do my best to study the people and study the people that I'm around. And some people would use that in a bad way to be condescending or to, just to just use what they learn against people in a very weird way. And I choose not to do that. I actually just, when I met Tigard, I was learning the things that he liked and what he didn't like, and I made sure that what he didn't like, I was not, exposing him to it, not trying to allow him to get involved in it. If something was not comfortable, I'd be, a buddy and just like step right in and stuff, and just say, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. And the same thing is what I did with Deans, and I think that's why everyone, and I think it's a gift and a curse, because I think that a lot of people get hurt when I don't have the time to hang out or anything like that. But again, I've known these guys for almost nearly past a decade, and it was a very quick brotherhood. Not because not because I was just filling in the gap of something like that, but I really actually had to dig down deep, because when I realized that Deans and Tigard were inviting me to places and inviting me to hang out in a lot of places, I was like, well, these guys really want me to be in their lives, and I can't not you know be a weirdo and cancel or anything, because they're really trying to absorb me into their lives somehow in some way. And and it was love, when y'all did that and stuff. So whenever you run into people that elevate you, that make you say why not rather than don't, anytime when you meet those people, surround yourself with positive people, by the way. That is the one thing that always helps me. And Deans and Tigard are above all else. But they like Deans. He's like, why not? Why don't we do this? Why can't we do that? Why can't you do that? And Tigard is the more level-headed of us all. He's like, let's think about this judiciously, people. And
Yeah.
so we basically, like, Dean's is all go, Tigard's all like, let's think about this, and I'm just like, whatever the verdict is, I'm ready. You know what I mean?
It's like the conscience, like on the
Yeah,
left,
no,
on the
yeah.
right side,
Exactly. No, yeah. So that the funny thing about it though is that there's no devil and
No.
and angel in this
It's just me and
in this
Tigard.
brotherhood, right? And so here's what I'm saying to each and every one of you out there is that when you create a brotherhood, or when you create a like a fellowship of some sort or whatever, try to elevate each other. Try to not degrade each other. I think that's the other thing about it, is that if you're hanging out with a bunch of dudes that trust me, Deans and Tiger, we could get involved in ribbing each other. But the good thing about all three of us is what I was saying before this podcast, was that we have a good way of just taking taking off the foot off the pedal. Like, we know when it is the right time, because we value each other in a way. And I don't, and as Deans and Tiger know, I really don't talk about anybody behind anyone's back. I'll say it to your face, right? And that's the one thing that they love about me, is because I never mention anyone if they're not present. And I learned that that was the Hawaiian way. I mean, there's good things I learned from Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? Like, you better keep your mouth shut. If you're not going to speak with your fists, you better keep your mouth shut. And that's basically it. And so when I talk to Tigard and Deans, I try to talk to them about other people with the highest regard and all that. So again, being positive and surrounding yourself with positive people is not really that hard. It all comes from you working on yourself first. Because before Tigard and Deans, I was a broken man, and my family turned their back on me, and and it was just a full-blown, sorry to say this, but shit show. And so I had to, it's weird, I received help back then too, and I just found self worth and self love, and I just kept doing what I love doing. I I just like did what I it's weird to say this, but it kind of felt like I was dating myself. Like I was like, what do I want to do today? And let's do that. Let's make it happen. And so I would just do that. And then, then all of a sudden my negativity and my rudeness turned into like carefree and composed. And I know exactly what's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, great. If it does happen, great. That's when I started having that. And that's when I met Tygar and Dean's. They actually insured it. So yeah, before them, it was fucked up, but with the work and before I met them, and when I met them to now, like this is yeah, man, we're gonna be freaking chilling, and when we're all freaking like retired, we're gonna be chilling in the freaking Gulf of Mexico, fucking drinking our pina coladas, going fucking lovely day all day with Bill Withers playing on repeat. It's gonna be one of those things, but I'm very thankful for you, gentlemen, and um, let me just ask both of you. Now I know that we're all lucky to have this, but do you, was there ever a time where things were bleak, like as far as like where you felt alone, and how did you come out of that? Because I know what battles I had to go through, but without like going too deep into it. But just how scary was it? It was a feeling of being alone. Uh, so go ahead, Tiger. I'll throw it to you.
I mean, I would have to say that the worst was when I had my anxiety attacks, because after the first one, which was like October of 2012, probably had a total of like 10 throughout the rest of that year, so only in the span of 2 months. And it like wore me out. And even though I had my family, friends, like I had people around me, and it was just like I said, I think the best word to describe it was like debilitating. It's like you just don't know what to do. And
Yeah.
I do have to say that, it really is, constant working on myself, and, reminding myself of, positive things to, pull me out of those moments that, when I'm there. I mean, I'm, blessed to have a wife that supports me like each and every second of the day. Um, Along with, you guys, I sometimes tend to forget about and reach out to. And that was one other thing that I wanted to bring up was, you know, being proactive, and, even just reaching out to people as well to check on them is also helpful, because then that support just gets strengthened. And that's something that I am currently trying to work on, for myself, is, being more communicative with you guys, with my family, and, uh, even though I live with my wife, like, just having that communication, and, trying to, be more present as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Tiger. Oh, what about you, Teens?
Mm.
How did it feel like when you felt that your back was against the wall and alone and everything?
Well,
And
as a,
you don't have to.
hmm.
And I'm so sorry to interrupt, but you don't have to talk about a specific situation, but just the feeling. The feeling of.
Oh yeah, when, like I said before, growing up as an only child, I've always felt the presence of loneliness. But I've always had my family and friends to support me, and I'm thankful for that, because without them, I'd probably just be in a corner somewhere. I don't know. I had lots of cousins that would come over and keep me busy. I had my dog. I had my parents. I had Tigard. Back in high school, a couple of other friends. And they did. They helped me a lot. Just I would just hang out by myself. When okay, I don't know if I told Tigard about this, but in high school, I came in sophomore year, right? I didn't know anybody in high school in our high school, obviously, because I'm the new kid. And when I got there, I felt so lonely. And whenever I walked those hallways, I just like would just look down on the floor and just kept walking. Didn't have a friend. And then when I saw Tigard there in PE class, I just felt like I had to talk to him. I don't know. Deep down inside, I was like, this guy looks like a nice guy. And I come up to him and I was like, hey. And then what he said was, hey. I was like, anybody sitting there? He was like, no. You want to sit there? Yeah, okay. And then that's the beginning of our fucking friendship right there, man. With the word "hey."
That was your best man speech at my wedding.
Yeah, exactly. And I remembered.
I remember that.
Yep. And
I was there to witness it with the filet mignon.
Deej was there. And yeah, even though I felt as if I was alone at that time, it never felt like I was alone with Tigard. He was just my best friend, and yeah, and he got me through the whole till senior year, till my marriage, till my divorce, everything with my kids until now, and he's here with in my podcast, our podcast.
Yeah, you could say it was yours because
So-
you built this from the ground up, my man. I'm so proud of and happy.
It's my podcast
did
and
that.
our podcast because without you guys, it wouldn't be the same. That's what I'm saying. So I'm thankful for
Thanks,
you
bro.
guys. Yeah, no, and I'm telling you the truth and from the heart because without you guys, this wouldn't be a podcast. This wouldn't be randomly and irregular
Podcast,
a podcast. So this, yeah, I'm just thankful for you and those memories with Tigard back in the day. He got me through a lot of stuff, and yeah, I'm thankful. So,
Man, men's health month is more like brothers open up to brothers month.
that's what we do.
I like it.
That's what we do.
I like it. I like it.
So, yeah. Well, anywho, I mean, I'm sorry to our audience. This was a more of a serious, in-depth coverage of Men's Mental Awareness Month, but it's got to be done. And us guys here, we're just talking about it. Us three men, you know, and but yeah, anything else that you guys want to add on to our episode here?
I do. Sorry. Go ahead, Tiger. My
Just
bad.
really quick, Dejan, you could hop in right after. Just want to say that I don't think that the audience would, feel bad about this one. This is the podcast part of our randomly irregular podcast. Sometimes you got to have those serious topics that you need to discuss, and I think we're able to also show that we got that warriors mentality and strength in numbers. And
Amen.
Deej,
That's right.
No. I just want to say, fuck that. Look, if we want to fucking open up to each other, okay? If we want to fucking open up to each other, we have the fucking right to do that, okay? This is our motherfucking podcast, okay? So if I want to fucking cry and if I want to freaking share some love with my bros, I feel that I should, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, I feel that I should. But if you're gonna sit there and be like, oh God, this is so boring, I'm fucking sorry that you feel that way. Because I didn't know that you were expecting to be all excitement. Look. I'm tired sometimes, okay? And sometimes when I feel emotional, I kind of don't want to freaking let it all out. But y'all let it out now, because if you guys freaking feel this is boring, Go to youtube.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Randomly Irregular Podcast. And you can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Randomly Irregular Podcast. And by the way, everyone,
That's correct.
yeah, we got a sponsor, and I dare want to do the commercial right now, but I'm gonna say that we've done it pretty well of late, Captain Video and stuff, and so I don't want to do the commercial just yet because all seriously, everyone, seriously, I'm sorry about bursting your volume.
Now you're sorry after like
now
you're sorry. Okay,
I don't know. I don't know, Dean. Sometimes,
you just gotta say it, right? You just gotta say it from the heart.
Oh, I'm like the Muppet animal. Okay, I was a rabid caged mother chunker. Okay, before you guys met me, and all of a sudden you guys taught me how to be civilized, but I can't be civilized sometimes, so I don't want to.
Tiger, we freed the animal. We freed him.
No. You caged the animal. You caged the animal.
He's
but
out.
I'm just. No, it's just I just had to just speak from the mind. Look, it's all about caring for one another, and it's not just about the bros, ladies and gentlemen. It's about men. Men in your life, the men in your family, the men that you work with and stuff. There's got to be some sort of care for them, and I mean, look, I'm pretty sure that should speak for everyone. We have to look out for each other no matter what gender it is. But, just want to let you know that from what Dean's has what Dean's has informed us of, the stats don't lie. We do have the tendency to close up and not open up and all that stuff. And I think that this was worth mentioning today. That it's before it grows out of control, let's start reaching out to each other. Stop ribbing each other 24/7 and actually just say, yo, all jokes aside, how are you doing? And it's okay to say, you say what you need to say. It's okay to feel what you need to feel. And as a person that's hearing it, be mature and be loving and just go, you know what? Hey, I'm here for you. But it's okay if you need to reach out to somewhere and all that to get some help, then do it, my man. Like I'll be praying for you, and I'll be here to support. But you're gonna find your way. It's gonna be a struggle, but you're gonna find your way, and that's all you need to do. And I mean, that's the way I would support people. But I mean, it depends on what you want to do for one another out there. But
that's right.
Me, Dean, and Tigard, we found a wonderful way of doing it. This trifecta has only built stronger. And I'm just going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that there's any other brethren outside of what I see on my screen right now. I think that these guys have earned my trust and earned my heart and soul. And I'm so thankful to be witnessing them when they're winning. And I'm just also thankful that I'm there to catch them if they feel that they're losing. So yeah, I blew up my throat. So,
so basically, just checking on your bros, checking on anybody that you care about, look for the signs that if they're needing any help, sometimes they don't tell you, sometimes they just keep it inside, but just look for those signs because, you don't want it to be too late. You don't want it to be too late. And, yeah. So,
amen.
Last words.
Well, we reached the portion of the show where it's sad to say goodbye, but we can't say goodbye without a hearty. Well, okay, Pipes. What were you doing over there? No, you were trying to sing.
The next episode, karaoke. No,
dude. Karaoke. That'd be hella fucking funny.
Oh my god, karaoke on a podcast. Oh man.
I mean, I've seen it done. It's crazy, but
it's not off the table. It's not off the table.
I don't think anything is off the table with the Randomly Irregular Podcast, there, Deans. But yeah,
I think the audience wants to hear me sing karaoke.
I want to hear you sing.
I don't care.
The many millennium hits from Now That Is Music. Yep.
Please,
No,
please
you
do.
know. No, you know what I'm talking about. There was that Now That Is Music
Yes.
CD
Now,
compilations. Yeah, bro. Dude,
What are they on,
Dean's
like number 50?
no,
For
Tigard,
real.
I think you're feeling, dude. You're selling yourself short, bruh. I mean, I think that you're gonna be all right. But yeah, we reached that point where we got the final thoughts with Tigard. It's sad. I don't want this to end, but it has to.
Well, this was a very important subject and topic that needs to continue moving forward, and it's just something that we here at Randomly Irregular Podcast just want to make sure we remind you guys that it's important to keep in touch with each other, reach out to each other, reach out to those that when you feel the need to receive that support. It can look like your friends and family, but also if you are up for it, again, I can't recommend therapy enough for each and every one of us, because it's just a cathartic way of working through things. And last point, just blessed to have you guys in my life. Just very happy that we got this. I was thinking the same word, Deej, the trifecta here.
Yeah, Zoom group hug. Come on.
Wow, I can't believe I just did that.
I wore
Oh, yeah, there you go.
deodorant.
There you
I
go.
wore deodorant for this situation.
Ooh, I could smell you. I could.
Bro, no, okay, so guys, no, not to prolong the show or anything, but
Yeah.
dude, I literally started using Dr. Squatch's coconut deodorant.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Squatch, you never seen those commercials where you're like, you're not gonna smell like a man until you try Dr. Squatch's blah blah blah.
Our
So
next sponsor. Our next sponsor.
Yeah, dude, trust me, Captain Video,
Ooh,
move over just a little bit.
just a little bit.
Dr. Squatch is coming. No, yeah, I put on the little good old coconut scent. I feel like those Arizona drinks, the pina coladas.
Yeah.
So I smell like that, but not as strong.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I'm walking by you and you're like, oh damn, I have a sudden urge to order Hawaiian barbecue. That's me. That's me. I have I have coconut deodorant. If you want to have baby coconut juice with the little coconut chunks in it, no, that was me. I smell like coconut. So Dr. Squatch, you hit a home run with the coconut scent. God bless you. Woo.
Very nice. Very nice. Shout outs to Dr. Squatch.
Dr. Squatch, baby.
All right. Well, yeah, thank you guys for doing this podcast with me. And June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and we just wanted to talk about about it. And yeah, thank you again. Tune in for the next episode of Randomly Irregular Podcast. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. We would all appreciate that, and do like and share it if you want to. And but that's it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you. Good night. Bye. We got 2 balls and 1 racket.
All right, guys. See y'all later. Peace.
Peace.